This is the story of Phil Stant, a war hero who defied the odds to play football. Phil was called up to fight in the Falklands War aged just 18. He didn't even know where the islands were, and he assumed that they were near Scotland. They're not, so he set off on the Queen Elizabeth II ship towards Argentina, stopping at several destinations to board different ships. On these ships, Phil encountered many air attacks, where he had to scramble to the top deck of the ship to attack back at Argentinian forces. Later, he was called to unload cargo on the land, and it was here where he experienced many horrors. Phil said in an interview there were dead bodies everywhere, and he spoke how the war was no longer a game after he saw awful injuries firsthand. Luckily, the war finished soon after, but Phil was still ordered to board the burning wreckage of a ship to retrieve ammunition and kit. Stant moved back to England after staying with the family back on the Falkland Islands. Reading FC showed interest in Phil because he had impressed for the reserves prior to the war. Turns out the Royals were right to sign him, as the striker scored for Reading on his debut in a 4-2 win over Newport. He played 5 times for Reading and grabbed 2 goals, but he had to leave due to military duties. He was relocated to Mönchengladbach, where they were keen for Stant to play in German military teams. And it wasn't until he was located in Hereford when his football career restarted. Whilst working with the bomb disposal unit, Hereford approached Stant with a contract, which would put him out of his work for the army. He accepted it, and was instantly loved by the Hereford fans. He earned moves to Notts County and Mansfield Town soon after, where he once again impressed. However, Phil really found his form whilst playing for Cardiff. He signed in December 1992, and despite only playing for half of the season, he won the club's top scorer award with 18 goals. And he finished the season in style, scoring in a game to secure Cardiff's league title and following it up with a hat-trick in the next match. He played for over a dozen clubs before retiring in 2004. He has made a documentary about the war and has an autobiography titled "Phil Stant."